Grand Rising. It's day 22 and it's cold and dark, but burpees are still going, health issues are still fluctuating, so just gonna bang out some quickies now. I'm gonna go for some, I'm gonna do some Navy SEALs. Two squat chasers. So it's mountain climbers, 3 press ups, 2 squat chasers, which is 3 squat and 3 press. So that's 10 Navy SEALs. I drop down and do some double times, maybe do 10 of them, and then 10 just straight burpees, I think. So that'll add up all the extra presses. But yeah, I've just been sort of coming off the back of this virus thing. Messed me up pretty bad for a couple of days, but no excuses. Burpees are medicine, health is wealth. Keep going. Right, what are we doing? Double time. Jump. So there's a jump in, the little hop forwards in the middle, and then squat chaser. Oops. Oh, hard to remember what you're doing. All these variations. Hard to keep count as well. So that's 10 Navy SEALs, which is 3 press ups with a couple squat chasers, making that 3 press 3 squat. Now I've just done double time, which is press, hop in, hop back, press, and then a squat chaser. So that's 2 press 2 press 2 squat. And then I'll just do some straight basic ones now. So that's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 triple, 10 double, and 10 single. And then if I do 6, sorry, is that right? Yeah, if I do 6 of a different one, and then That's 36 in total, and I'll do 3 rounds of that. So what should I do? 6 what should I do? But I'll do the, what's it called, Spiderman, where when you press your leg comes up to the side. Yeah? Right, do 6 of them. Oops. With a squat chaser. I'm butchering them already. 3. That's better. Whoops. 4. 5. 6. So what's that then? 30 plus 20 is 50, plus 10 is 60, plus 6 times 2, that's 72. So I'll do another 3 rounds of that, which will be 108 burpees, and what did I say, 72 times 3 is 216, I think. Don't quote me on that, but that will mean 216 press and squat, but a total of 108 burpees. Right, fuck, I'm sweating already. But I'm wrapped up, trying not to be as stupid as I was at the start, walking around the bloody cold and rain. Right, let's get into it. So I do the triple time, double time, singles, and Spiderman. Right, let's go. What are we doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Damn, see? This is bonkers. Triple time. So what was I doing? The oh, the mountain climbers, Navy SEALs, yeah. Right. Back into it. Right, Navy SEALs double time singles, cool. 2 chasers, 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. So when we're training, we want a good blood flow, oxygen and nutrients floating around the body, and physical exercise is the best thing you can do for cognitive function. So if you're stressed, fearful, anxious, depressed, suicidal, any of that low vibration stuff, someone's upset you, annoyed you, whatever, do some, well, start by stretching out. I'm going to make some more stretch videos because I've figured out some routines that help with the vibration inside, calm you down, energize you, and it's drawing on all these different approaches to training and wellness from across the world that I've picked up in travels and training with certain men. Getting cold again. So, what are we doing? Double time. Chaser. Two. Three. Four. 5. 6. 7. The fucking bonnet's coming out. 8. 9. Oh, really feeling it on the shoulders, because well, we're back in the game now, isn't it? So we're going hard, and it's that bang, the impact on the ground, boom, boom, the push. So lots of it is on here. So with the right nutrition and the right rest and sleep, boulder shoulders, mate. You know what I mean? And also, like, this is doing wonders for cardio, vascular, fucking immune system and all that. It's clearing my head. I had a bit of a stressful situation just before this, and I was actually going to get into doing the burpees at home, but something had an interaction with someone. They weren't listening too good, so it was frustrating me, since they're the one that came to me for help, but they don't want to listen. Minor really, but it's these little niggles, and then I was like, oh, bun it, like the phone kept cutting out, frustrating, so I just thought, bun that. I'll go for a walk, get outside, obviously not exactly fresh air around here, but get some air, get the paper, go and do the puzzles, you know, get my focus on something else, and then do the burpees and change my perspective, and forgive myself for having a wobble, forgive the person I'm dealing with for being silly, forgive the phone for being rubbish, and then yeah, just come at it, same situation, different perspective. So once we start circulating the oxygen and the blood around our body, we start thinking better. So when you're getting all stressed out and panicky and worried and frustrated and angry and all that, that's where you're attaching yourself to things outside of you. You're not accepting, you're putting up a block, trying to say this isn't the situation that's happening, so therefore everything in the situation you see feels like you're under attack or under pressure, because it is the situation you're seeing. So to take yourself, shut it down, take yourself away. We can always walk away from a situation, a person, a conversation, put the phone down. That's a choice. It's an option we have. We don't have to use that option. Some of us are more resilient than others and we can ride it out. Some of us are traumatized to fuck and can't handle that stuff. Some of us have got cognitive issues or mental health, don't want to say illness, but like, you know, from birth, because any of the trauma and effects of that. So if we're having a bad thinking process, like our brain ain't functioning right, it's not, it's mismanagement. It's not, depression ain't an illness that just comes and gets you. If it's related to trauma, depression and anxiety are basically trying to keep you safe in relevance to what happened before. But if you're going around saying, oh, I'm depressed, and you're not doing anything, you're literally making it up. depression, anxiety is either living in the past or the future. They don't exist. You need to be here now. You need to be present and accept exactly what's going on. Get all the facts on the table, because if you ain't got all the facts on the table, you don't know what you're working with. Therefore, you cannot find a solution. If you told me 5 things about your situation and I gave you 1 or 2 things to do, and then you said the next day it didn't work, and then you added this thing you forgot to tell me about, that's on you. You didn't put all the facts on the table. Now, I gave you some solutions to the 5 problems, not realising there was a 6 because you didn't mention it. So when we find out there's a 6, I can turn around and say to you, well listen, you should definitely not do the things that I said to do because I didn't have all the facts. You didn't tell me everything. That's on you. That's your management, right? So if you are going to deal with any kind of stressful, annoying, whatever situation, make sure all the facts are on the table. We might get vulnerable, we might feel weak, we might feel stupid, but so long as they're on the table, then we can work on them, figure out resolve, figure out what went wrong, and figure out a way to remedy, get back on top, and then also to figure out what went wrong and why, and then prepare for that happening again, so it doesn't happen again. Everything is on you. Your health, your mind, your mental health, your body, your physical health, yeah, your heart, your soul, your spiritual health, your emotional health, all of it, your financial health, your acquaintanceship health or friend health or whatever. It's all on you. And the more you're telling yourself it's not, the more you're lying to yourself. So what did I do? Triple times. Did I do the double time ones? I think I did. So I've got normal ones and then 10 normal and then 6 Spidermans. Right. You better be joining in with me. This is not just for me, this is for you as well, you know what I'm saying? So, no excuses, and in fact, well, if you have got excuses and you're using them, what are you using them for? Lost count again. Stick in an extra couple just for fun. So you decide what your excuses are and then what you're using them for. When I get excuses, I use them as fuel for success. A lot of people use them as excuses to back out, cry, whinge, fall apart, avoid life, avoid people, places, things, whatever, and shrivel up and isolate and die. Well, we've all got the same option, isn't it? Use it for a positive or a negative. It's up to you. So what I've done, 3, 2, 1, Spider. If I've missed any, you better do them after the video, because when I watch these back in the evening, I count, and if I've missed any, I'll do them, plus punishment. Right? And punishment for me is healthy. Right? You can, fuck it, let's get into it. I don't think I've done the triple times, I don't think I've done the doubles. Yeah, I'll do the triples again now. You counting? I've forgotten. Do another one. Okay. So that's triples. I must have done the triples. See, trying to film, engage for this, make sure it's right and working. Do the reps, count the reps, remember what variation I'm doing, thinking about what happened today, thinking about what to talk about, getting oxygen, and drawing from past situations in life. So I'm trying to do quite a lot, and because of that I'm forgetting to count, and I'm talking and blah blah. So if we take on too much stuff, now I don't know if there's ever so much as too much, you know, like I don't know if there's anything like addiction or abstinence. It's all just management. So if you think you're an addict, it just means you've got shit management skills. So that means you need to focus on that and fix it. It's very fucking simple as well. Very well. The effort can be difficult, can be hard work. So if it's hard work, it probably means you're going to get some benefit out of it, right? You're going to accomplish something, feel better, be more confident, right? You're going to respect yourself more because you're doing more. That's why we've got two of these, and only one of them. So we should be listening 4 times as much, or listening and watching 4 times as much as we're talking. Should be taking my own advice, right? So bearing in mind, not everything is true that you hear or see, but also, so talking, like if you were to listen to me on say you were listening to this on a podcasty thing, you're going to lose a lot of the message. You're not even going to see the burpees. And I think it's like, I can't remember, I got it all written down at home, but I think it's about 7% of what we're conveying in a message is verbal. The rest of it is eye contact, body language, facial expressions, you know, all that energy stuff. So just think, like, firstly, remember to stand up for yourself. Don't be a pussy and think you're tough by not reaching out. Yeah, that's a weak man's mentality. Reach out to someone that's worthwhile, not just any old professional, because a lot of these people, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they're talking about, they haven't got the right advice or any experience. So you need to be specific on the person that you pick to talk to and share with and open up, because you want to get good advice. Like a lot of people back in my day, in my circles, anyone had a problem, it's like, here you go, here's a bag of cocaine, here's a fucking pint of beer, here's a bottle of rum. It was just fucking stupid, man. And this is what men were doing, tough guys. You're so tough you can't even talk about your feelings. You're such a bad man you don't even know who you are. Fucking come on, mate. Right, let's get back into them. So we do the triples, doubles, singles, Spiderman or whatever it's called. Right. Navy SEALs, isn't it? Oh, I did do them. 2. Maybe not all the squats. 2. No, it's too many. Get carried away. 3. 4. See, now at the beginning of all this, I was pretty struggling quite a bit. That's 5. With like the cardiovascular, the breathing, the energy, the enthusiasm. Wasn't enjoying it, struggling, feeling pain, whatever. But as it's gone on, bearing in mind, I had some pretty bad health issues, flared up, so I deconstructed what I was doing to make it easier on my lungs, because there's problems with them anyway. So I made it easier on myself, but kept going. And then I think I had 1 or 2 days where I just had to go, nah, you know what? My belly's in a bad way, it doesn't want to go up and down. My breathing's not allowing it. My head's all dizzy. I hadn't slept. I was just like, do you know what? I need a rest. So the more you know yourself, the more you can manage yourself in every situation in life. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're dealing with, you don't know the operating system, right? So you're going to be wobbling all over the gaff. So forget all this, you know, work and money and all, got to buy rent, pay for rent and bills and fuck all that. Live on the street, live in a hole, whatever. Figure yourself out first. Then, once you know who you are and work on yourself, life is like that. Boom. If you're not doing it like that, if you're fluctuating if you're fluctuating with your health and you're not proactive on who you are, you don't know who you are, you don't know what your nutrition or exercise is or why you're doing it. If you don't know any of that, your life's going to be like that, and you're going to wonder why you keep falling off and dropping out and having these issues. Then there's also mental illness, physical illness. These can be exacerbated by you engaging in different or the wrong activities for you, or engaging in the wrong people, going to the wrong places. Like if you're sober, why are you going to a pub? You know what I mean? So you got to think who you are in account to, like, whatever you've been through up till today, that is who you are. Then where do you want to go? So then we look at where you want to go and we make these steps back to where we are here, and we figure it out bit by bit. It's like if you're doing a elimination diet, you don't know what nutrition you do or don't need, so you just record your diet, your food, your intake, your food and drink and whatever. Then you change one thing for a week or a month or whatever. See what differences that makes. If it's better, stick to it, and then change one more thing. Take one more thing out or add one more thing in. Now, the best way, hello. The best way of doing it is subtract. Like, we're full of all this stuff from our past. 99.9% of it is not useful right now. So we're filled with all these lies and nonsense that we don't need. So instead of then going and adding, say you're fat, yeah, and you want to get in shape, not a circle, a good shape, a healthy shape, a smart shape. You don't start adding stuff, you start subtracting stuff. And then whether it's a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, whatever issue it is, you get rid of stuff until you get to a healthy level. Then once you're healthy, that's like setting a foundation. You can build on it. So then you maintain that healthy level, and then you start adding bits that level you up, slowly and incrementally and safely. Get into the rest of these and being a meh, meh, meh. Better be joining in, I'm watching you. Yeah? Or are you making excuses? Excuses to win or excuses to lose? Because while I'm drawing on you, I'm losing count. And I'm having to do extra bloody things. Chuck in one more. So yeah, you better be joining in. This is all for you, you know. Everything you do in your life is for you, not for someone else. Just figure out who you are, what you need, where you've been, what you've got, the situation you're in, and where you want to go. It's not fucking complex, it's super simple. It's hard work, but it's simple. What are we doing? Doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the idea of all this 30 days consecutive challenge is to get to know who you are really, It's kind of like at the beginning of the whole COVID thing. It's like a magnifying glass. So all the losers became weak and pathetic, and all the winners became smart and strong. So I saw people that were looking and living like shit, and after the lockdown stuff, they come out great. I also know people that looked like they were doing really well, looked like they were, and then after the lockdown, because the gym shut, oh, I ain't got no gym, fucking, after the lockdown, it fucking melted them. They couldn't handle it. So that's because they didn't know who they were, and they fucking found out. They found out that they were shit people, useless, weak, pathetic, losers, stupid, lazy, fucking whatever, dumb, and just the same as all those fat punks that went, hold on a minute, this isn't me. So they fucking worked on it, and they put the work in, they got the results, and they come out smart, strong, fit, capable, able, clever, maybe started a business, you know, happy. If you can't sit on your own in nothingness and be happy, you got some big ass problems that you need to address, or they will eat you up and kill you. So start by getting up. 10, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight into the Spidermans. 1. Squat chaser. 2. 3. 4. 5. Whoops. 6, right, so what's that? Just over 30 minutes. Now, 30 minutes to spend a bit of time looking after you. So, always stretch out beforehand. Basically, imitate the move you're going to do. Tell the muscle, hey, we're going to do this move, so do that. We're going to do this move. It's good to get every joint going. Ankles, toes, everything, to the synovial fluid in your joints, so when you hear that clicking, it's like air bubbles. So just to bend all your joints, twist and all that, especially wrists as well. Wrists are very important in what I do. So always, in fact, not even just to stretch, but to, instead of having a session, whether it's exercise, workout or training, they're all different things. Exercise is just movement, repetitive movement, and workout is a program. You go and do some exercises. Training is when you're evolving. So I do a bit of everything, and we all should. So yeah, with the stretching, don't have a stretch session then a workout. Encompass that. Get used to having your session includes warm-up. So when you start your session, do your warm-up. If you're going to train, train. If you're not, don't. But always do the warm-up first. It will, too much to go into on this, but there's loads of reasons why. Plus you don't want to get injured. So you want to be able to do maximum output with no injuries, all safe and sound. So do that, add that as part of your training. So when you have your training, your warm-up routine, say 5-10 minutes, hitting every joint, getting the blood circulating, get that down. and then you'll feel different, completely different to what you did just before. So even doing the slow movements, so say if I was doing slow, it's calming me down, right? It's more like a Tai Chi. And then as opposed to, you want to warm up in the morning, you want to get that blood circulating, you want to get running, you want to get going, right? So make sure you're doing that warm up, whether you train or not. Have your warm up every day. You'll start to realize things. You'll start to realize how much you've been losing because you haven't been stretching. Then once the session's done, static stretching. So at the beginning I'll do the pulsing, whatever it is, movement, and at the end static, whatever it is. Yeah, so think about it like the movement is turning the muscle on, and then the static is turning it off. It does get a bit different when you talk about doing like advanced calisthenics and tricks and gymnastics-y kind of stuff, because if you're going to be doing static holds and that. But if you're just doing movement exercises, then yeah, we'll get into that on another video. Anyway, I think that's it for jaw day. I'm going to give you some homework, yeah? So your homework, firstly, if you've stuck it out this long, I respect you. And that's clear, you respect yourself because you're trying to figure out things about yourself. Excuse the, what's it called? Landscape panoramic, what's it called? Portrait. Excuse the portrait cameras because it's, you know, whatever tech issues. But well done. So if you're not subscribed already, I'm not selling any products, I'm not getting paid for any of this. This is purely from my heart, because I've lost people to suicide, I've lost friends to alcoholism, drug addiction, criminal behaviour, stupidity, bad behaviour, lifestyle choices, and I've lived that life. I've been a dickhead, I've been dumb, I've been stupid, I've been out of shape, I've been pathetic, wasted, loser, I've done all that. So I'm coming from a point of caring. If you want to bitch and call me names or whatever, that's fine. Clearly one of us has got a problem, innit? But just let me know what you're saying. Let me know how you are, where you are, what you're doing. Are you doing burpees? What do you find good about them? What do you find difficult about them? And then because you love and respect yourself enough to come here and do this and show me some love, then do you have a friend, someone in your life that might benefit from exercise, or is lonely and needs someone communicating with them, someone to care about them, they need to care about themselves? Share it with them. Like, this is the whole point. It's like, I'm not out here, I don't have sponsors, I don't believe in a lot of that, you know, all those energy drinks and all the fucking equipment. It's all bollocks. I'm trying to tell you, you don't need nothing. You don't even need me. Yeah, you can do all this on your own. What I'm doing is I've spent a life going through all the negative behaviors and stupid shit and all the amazing stuff. I've had super high times, super low times, and everything in between. Life and death, massive loss, family issues, violence, drugs, crime, fucking this, that and the other. I'm not claiming to be anyone special or above anyone. I just know from experience how fucked up us men can get. Where's this prick? Just by the train station. I look like I've got a mad afro there. Yeah. So, because I know how easy it is to fuck up, because I've been there, because I've done it, because I know how hard it is to admit to it, to reach out for support, to search and find the right help. Like, I've been through a bunch of different services and shit, and 99.99999% of all that NHS, mental health trust, charities, community centres, it's bullshit. So that's why I do what I do. I've worked with a load of these different places, I've been fucking sickened and heartbroken and disappointed and extremely fucking angry with a lot of them. I've lost friends, I've buried friends because services and people are fucking rubbish. I know what it's like. I've suffered, I've saved lives, I've helped people through the bullshit, I've helped them avoid the bullshit, I've held their hand through it, you know, and I'm constantly, it's my purpose. If you're struggling on your own, try living a life of service. Now, depression, anxiety, suicide, ideation, all that, it's self-indulgent. You are constantly focused on yourself and what you have or don't have, and then you're comparing yourself to everyone else, and you're not accepting the situation. So if you come out of yourself and accept, right, you're fucked, yeah? Life's hard, okay, well done. Now, get yourself out of yourself. Go and do something for yourself first, yeah? Look after yourself. Change your diet, change your exercise, change your friends. Stop going to those places that don't support your goals. Cut a load of shit out of your life. And then go and serve someone else. Go and walk through the park. Go and say hello to some old people and have a little quick chat. Go and feed a squirrel in the park and talk to the squirrel. You can't really go and play with kids in the park because that's a bit fucking weird. Even I feel a bit funny about it, although I'm vetted. It's what I do. Rare. It's being inspired by kids and the movement and the pureness of their minds is probably one of my biggest inspirations, and that's why I try and live, or no, that's why I do live the way I live, because we're not supposed to live in this fucking built up world with all these buildings and lights and adverts and bullshit everywhere. We're not supposed to be. We're not designed for that, yeah? Especially some of us, like you can tell I've got the fucking ADHD in it, and then some ASD symptoms that fluctuate. We're primal beings. We're not supposed to be surrounded by all this shit. So if you are fucked up, it's probably not your fault. But it is your duty to look after yourself, to respect yourself, to care about yourself, to put the work in, to do right by yourself. You know, there's I'll leave you with this, yeah? 2 things I live by. Now, my dad was a great man, and I aspire to be somewhat like him, and I've already gotten there. I still have bits to iron out. There's some things I'm better than him at, some things I'm not as good at, some things I might not even come close to. But the idea of be the man you wish your father was. So whether you have a dad or not, whether he's good or bad, act, behave, carry yourself, treat others the way you wish he was. So basically, unless you wish he was a horrible bastard, if you wanted your dad to be loving, caring, supportive, strong, smart and everything else, a protector, a provider, then behave that way. Behave the way you wish your dad did. Even if he was a good man, behave better. And the other one, so possibly the people we need to worry about most on the planet would be young girls, right? Because men and boys, I mean, although we are the ones killing ourselves in jails, on the street, homeless, going to war, getting raped, we're the ones that are all fucked up in every department more than that. But I think young girl, like if you have a young daughter and a young son, generally it's like, yeah, go on son, yeah, go on, fucking fall over, you donut, fucking, yeah, give him a kick up the arse, give him a slap round the back of the head, not too hard. But it's all fun and games, it's rough and tumble. With your daughter, they'll get to a certain age and you're like, oh fuck, right, who are you looking at? Don't you look at my daughter. You know, the boyfriend comes around, who are you? Have you got condoms? And he says yes. Like, oh, so you're trying to fuck my daughter, are you? If he says no, oh, so you're trying to impregnate my daughter, are you? Do you know what I mean? So be the man you would want your daughter to marry. You understand? So if you had a daughter and she was to grow up, she's say 20 odd years old, who would you want her to have a relationship with? And how would they behave? When she's in her 30s, 40s, who would you want her settling down with? And how does that man behave? When she's a little kid, she's 10, 15, Who's the boys you want to running around with? Are they nasty, disrespectful, scummy, sleazy idiots that can't talk properly? Or are they very calm, peaceful, happy, supportive, nice, respectful, honest people? So I'll leave you that. Be the man you wish your dad was. Be the man you wish your daughter would marry. So subscribe if you're not. Send this to someone that needs to bloody hear it and that needs to get burpees into their life. Press that little bell so you know, because I've been a bit sporadic with the uploads, and I'll let you know when the next one comes through. And then in the comments, let me know where you're from, what you're struggling with, what you're doing to overcome it, or what you did, a problem, a trauma, an issue you had, and how you overcome that. Let me know what kinds of burpees you're doing, how many you're doing, how often you're doing, where you're doing them. Communicate with me. I want to know. And then let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about specifically. I've got a bunch of other like sit-down talks to do after this November challenge. But let me know if there's any subjects you want explored. Alright? One love, peace and respect.